talk about how important qualifying is going to be for this race. So we'll see if A, if they can keep it clean, and B, if they can last the entire race.
Definitely.
This is going to be one very difficult, exhausting race. So everybody in chat, if you're watching on YouTube, on Twitch, or on TikTok, give your driver some love. Here, in just a little while, we're going to be giving your messages to our racers. We don't want to distract them too much, so they might not reply to you, but we are going to relay those messages. But we want to know from you, who do you think is going to take home the gold today?
Yes, and who should we run along with here at the start of this race? We know Full Throttle Motorsports is starting on pole with Harrison up there looking really fast. And then we have Devereux starting in second, that brand new team. That would also be a fun team to hop on to hear the chatter at the start of the race. Chat, let us know who you want us to hop in with as we get this race started now that qualifying has ended and the race is beginning.
Here we go.
Got some love for Bechtel, got some love for Xavier in the chat. Here are your qualifying results. On the front row, we got Harrison and Devereux, like we've been talking about. In third, we have Brian Spelsky. And in fourth, we have Christian Martinez. Fifth, Xavier Williams. Up next to Benjamin Bechtel there in sixth. Our last race winner, EJ Luna, starting in seventh, with Dylan Carlisle coming back for another race here, starting in eighth. Zach Grigsby in ninth. Dominic Wilder in 10th. Daniel Taminga in 11th, and then we have Zane May starting at the back behind the GT3 car. So if you guys are new to the stream, the drivers in yellow are going to be your actual drivers. They're going to be racing for championship points, and the drivers in blue are all sponsors of this series. So Racership, Oasis Car Detailing, Wilder, Simply Subarus, all of you guys, these are all AI GT3 cars that these cars are going to have to navigate. So
and thank you for sponsoring us.
Absolutely.
If you're interested in sponsoring a car or a driver or a team, let us know.
Yeah, you can see the teams, the drivers are getting on the grid. Very exciting stuff. You have Nick in the chat saying Jake Schiff never got his driver's license. He's like 12.
We know that Jake is not 12 years old. Very interesting fact that, you know, some of our racers and even real race car drivers don't get their driver's license before they actually get a racing license. We do have one driver, fun fact about a teammate on Full Throttle. Dominic Wilder actually does race real race cars.
It's pretty cool stuff.
That is
he is
cool.
on Full Throttle Racing, which I think that's who we should hop in with at the start of this race to hear some team chatter. But chat, if you want to hear someone else, please let us know. We want to hop in one of these chats to hear what they have to say on this parade lap. As you can see, the drivers are waiting to grid to do a quick pace lap before the race is underway. And the intensity is definitely starting to pick up in those cockpits right now.
It definitely is.
Jake Schiff is actually not going to be racing in today's race. I don't have a reason.
I don't have a reason either.
So I guess we'll just have to consult with him and his team.
What place is he in?
Oh, he's down on the grid. That's my bad.
He's in the very back. He may have had some technical difficulties. Oh, there he is. He's in 11th.
There we go. All right, these drivers on their outlap going to try and get some heat in these tires before the grid goes out. Let's go ahead and hop on with Full Throttle Motorsports to hear the beginning of this race. Andrew, can you mute us on Discord? No, mute us on Discord.
The
okay, cool.
Single file.
All right, the lights are on, and these drivers are underway. Not a very organized race, but look at that.
Looks like
Dayton Harrison loses the lead. And this race is underway. Devereux takes the lead into turn 1, and we've got a
we got
slide.
a cross!
Look at that chaos into
chaos
turn 1.
in the back.
They all get single file here as the drivers are ripping it
That's a
around
backwards
Long
car.
Beach. We're on board with our leader, Shea Devereux. Well, look at that. Harrison is on his tail, and then we've got Martinez there behind him. 3 different teams battling out for the lead at the beginning of this race. You can see on the mini-map the field is already starting to spread out. These drivers have got to keep these incidents down to a minimum.
You dumb piece of shit.
Currently listening to the full throttle race.
One of the cars crashed and then drove straight into the front of me. Now I have 4 incident points.
I'm at 6, so GT3 decided I was not there.
Okay, yeah, me too. Now I got hit into a wall.
Sounds like chaos.
I'm last. This is ridiculous.
Definitely does. It sounds like these AI cars are causing some
What?
issues.
Hey, you can only go up from there.
But at least the front 3 cars are keeping it clean. You guys look fast. Oh, look at that. There's Christian Martinez there for Motohaus in the Ferrari. These guys are battling traction. We talked a lot about the new tire compound last race, and that's something these drivers are also battling here at the beginning of this race. And they will have to be battling after they go into the pits for new tires.
Yes. Now the thing about this is that this track is so hot. Now getting your tires up to the right temperature on this extra hot track makes it seem like you're driving on ice.
I think next is Laguna Seca, right? I think so.
All right, well, that was a chaotic start to this race. We had a driver go off that looked like Zabelski missed the turn there from 2nd place. And now on board with Dominic Wilder, another full throttle motorsports car. Oh, just trying to turn that car around.
Is so hard.
These are some massive cars on a very tight racetrack, so these guys are going to have to slow down a lot for those tight corners here. Back on board with our leader. Running a very solid race, but now he's under pressure by Christian Martinez in that Motohaus car. We'll see if he's going to try and make a move early, looking to the inside, but keeps it clean through the corners. And these leaders are battling hard.
They definitely
on lap 3 of this race.
Yeah, they are pushing so hard. I'm really surprised to see them pushing so hard this early in the race. So I'll be interested to see what it's like a little bit later in the race when tire temps are up, when some fuel has been used, if they're still able to maintain.
You can see them just getting into the wall a little bit, trying to extract as much as they can from these cars, exiting these corners, but those incident points are going to be brutal just by tapping that wall. You can get away with 0 incident points, but ultimately I think if you miss a corner, just make a slight mistake into the wall, those are incident points that you're not going to be able to make back. We're on board with Christian here on the taillights of our leader, applying the pressure, and Christian Martinez right now currently has the fastest lap time.
Now this guy is super impressive. This is the 2nd time we're seeing him race, and again, he is at the front of the pack.
Look at that, putting his car to the side of the leader, looking for a pass, and it looks like Devereux is going to let him have it. Smart move from that BMW driver, and now we have a new leader. Christian Martinez takes the front of the pack here on lap 4 of Long Beach.
Definitely, it looks like we might have had some issues with Taminga back in the back. He's dropping quite a few places. Chatter, we agree with you. This track is wild, and as soon as we hop back in with full throttle, we will give Dayton your support.
Most definitely, yeah. We have a lot of drivers here falling to the back of the field here on board with EJ Luna. Remember, he won last race, trying to turn that car around. very sharp corner going on to that front stretch where the start-finish line is. A lot of these cars now building space between each other. Now back on board with Christian Martinez. Looks like he's given up the lead once again to Devereux. Maybe a mistake there, but now on the bumper, these guys are giving it everything.
They are so close now. He is not letting up that pressure. He might have given up that spot, but I don't think he gave it up on
These two cars
purpose.
battling. He went into the wall. That is something that you're going to experience with cold tires here, as now Martinez drops back to third as Zabelski.
Oh, he snuck through.
Keeping it slow and steady, goes up to second place, and Devereux is going to hold on to the lead there. Man, Martinez was aggressive and he went for it.
Yes, he definitely did. Now we do have some chatter in the chat. Xavier making up for those losses hard. Yes, we agree, and you know, get your messages ready because we're going to be hopping in with them and we can give him some messages for you if you'd like. We have our chatter who was with us earlier who said they were going to have 3 disqualifications. I think now they think there's going to be more. That's very, you know, very valid.
Yeah, the conversation was over or under 3 disqualifications.
Right.
Marissa took the under, I took the over, and here we are. So far, no drivers have been disqualified, but we have been seeing a lot of incidents so far as these drivers are now getting into a rhythm as we're on board with Brian Zabelski, holding on to second place there on the back bumper of that first place car of Devereux. And these top 3 are under a blanket. Look at that, Devereux gets out of the way.
He went wide.
Lets Zabelski through. That might not have been a leader, that might have been a lap car actually. As it looks like Devereux, it is around 3.5 seconds in front of Zabelski.
That is true. As
Zabelski now loses spot to Christian, who is just driving the wheel off that thing.
Definitely. They are pushing these cars so hard. Oh, and we had a scrape of the wall on that one. You could see the little sparks fly through.
Fine margins here. And Nick in the chat said EJ Luna went from last to first in Sebring. He'll do it again. I believe EJ Luna is one of the more consistent drivers we've seen in this race now. Currently sitting in 7th, hunting down Dominic Wilder for Full Throttle Racing in 6th. This has been a really good start for Dom. The last few races, Dom hasn't had the most lucky, I guess we would say, starts. And he's been put down to the back of the field early, but here he is fighting in 6th place with a big gap behind Jake Schiff there in 5th, which is a huge improvement there from the start for Jake. But yeah, definitely EJ Luna, definitely a driver to look out.
Now, I believe our chatter Nick is actually Nick Amato, who is one of our drivers who couldn't be with us at the race today. So, Nick, thanks for tuning in. We miss you. Nick.
Looks like Christian Martinez is making a little bit of an improvement there, carving into that time gap that Devereux, our leader, created, and is now trying to close that gap on board with Christian here, running some really good laps, getting out of these corners. And I'm just watching that interval go down and down, and Christian he wants the lead. I can just tell.
He does. Now, he actually came into the clubhouse after the last race. He was so disappointed, and he did tell us he's going to be coming back with a vengeance at this race.
Oh, so look at that. We got a car in the wall. These drivers trying to navigate around them. It's chaos out there.
It is chaos for sure.
Some fans
that is that hairpin that I was telling you. That's a really rough turn.
Yeah, I mean, you have to slow down. It feels like you're going super slow around that hairpin, especially with these cars, how wide they are. You have to slow down really far so you can at least make the corner.
Definitely.
Got some fans of Xavier in the chat. Xavier currently sitting in 8th. He's the team principal for Motohaus here. And he had a pretty good start to this race, I'll say. But now these drivers, or I guess not the best start, down 3 spots, but still putting in some consistent lap times there. So shout out Xavier, all your fans in the chat. Here he is, the Motohaus GP team principal, sitting in 8th, trying to put down some good lap time. All right, if we can hop back on board with Christian Martinez there up. He is now under a second of the leader. It looks like Devereux might be behind some lap traffic. You can see a GT3 BMW there that these drivers are trying to get around. And from what it sounds like, these drivers are getting really frustrated with these GT3 cars.
They definitely are. AI racers don't have, you know, the same responses that we would have. So
and look at that. They are just caked in this battle. This is a
all
battle for
bumper
the
to
lead. We got some
bumper.
GT3 cars too wide. Look at that. Threading the needle.
Woo!
That was a beautiful racecraft there from our leader. Christian Martinez now hanging on. He's going to look, try and make a pass on the inside. Devereux is going to be defensive there, holding the inside line into turn 1 and see what Christian's able to do. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to make the pass happen before the fountain, but he is going to get a little bit
so close
into the back of our leader. Man, these guys are racing hard.
They are racing so hard, but they have to be careful because hitting the car in front of you will then give you some incident points, which you definitely don't want during this race.
And this is a long race. We are 10 minutes into this race. It's been a lot of action, but we've got 2 hours of these drivers are just going to have to keep it clean. As we see Martinez here looking on the inside of our leader, trying to take the lead back.
He's going to take it.
That was a clean pass. Devereux is going to let him have it, but Devereux has been racing this race very smart, letting these drivers make these moves early because he knows he has on consistent speed in the long run. Let's see if he can make that pass back. But yeah, Christian Martinez charges right back up to the lead. He was down 3 seconds a couple laps ago. Now he's in.
Yeah, chat, let us know. Do we have any Christian fans in the chat? He's racing a very good race today.
On board with EJ Luna here behind Dominic Wilder. Here's that full throttle car. Got some lap traffic in the way. These cars are going to be slicing through, but this is a very close battle here. EJ trying to make the move here on Dom, who's currently 6th. And Dom here has a pretty long gap to the car in 5th, which is Jake. So strong battles already, but it looks like these cars are getting very spaced out.
It is. And I think, you know, by now, these... Well, there was a sideways car. I think by now, these cars have their tire temps are back up to where they want them to be, which will be helpful. And having that clean air in front of Dominic will also be helpful for him as he catches up to Jake's shift.
A lot of interesting things here. Looking, we got some drivers behind the GT3 cars who didn't get the best start. That's Carlisle, Grigsby, Kaminga, and May, looking to see if they can increase their pace as this race goes on. But a lot of those drivers are new drivers. And speaking of new drivers, Devereux, qualifying fast, holding on to the lead, racing cleanly as a new driver. He's been very impressive.
Yes, he is very impressive. And you know, I haven't met Shay yet. I've met some of the other drivers and been able to talk to them. But it's going to be interesting getting to know him throughout this series.
Definitely looks like he's here to stay and battle for sure. Christian Martinez now just driving away from him though in first place. Has some really good pace in that car and definitely representing his team well.
Chat, let us know. Who are you rooting for? What team? What team do you want us to watch? Who you want us to talk about?
Oh, looks like Jake Schiff in the pit lane here, dropping down from 5th. I don't think that's pit strategy. It could be, but it might just be serving a penalty.
I think it's serving a drive-through. Which, if that is serving a drive-through, that means he at least has 12 incident points already. And it has only been 14 minutes.
And 5 drive-throughs, you're done. You're out of this
it.
race. You're not scoring any points or not making any money. So I bet the drivers are just thinking about that as this race goes on. But Jake Schiff from 5th to 9th, that is what penalties have to give you.
Definitely. It is hard serving those penalties, which is why you want to have those clean races.
Most definitely on board with Kaminga there, missing the turn. He's going to keep it clean, so no incident. Oh, never mind. He hits the wall there.
Hit the wall.
Probably a couple incident points from Kaminga, but what can you do? I mean, it's a tight track.
Yeah, and this track does have a couple of those. Oh, that was a big crash.
Hard into the wall there.
Oh,
we had some chatters talking about his age here, talking about not having a driver's license. I guess we're going to have to keep an eye on this guy. Yeah. Got a fan for Chris in the chat. Shout out Madeline. And then we've got some teams for Full Throttle. Full Throttle currently sitting 3rd right now with Sabelski. I believe he's
Full Throttle
that's OK
Harrison.
Motorsports. So
in
Harrison
fourth
is
place.
now the leader for the full throttle team. We got 4 different teams in the top 4 drivers.
That is amazing. That makes a good racing series, let me tell you.
On board now with Brian Sabelski. Won the first race of the season at Daytona. We knew he was going to be fast, and he's one of the most consistent racers in this field. Currently 10 seconds behind our leaders, but not the worst lead to have, you know, only 15 minutes into this race.
This is a very long race, and it could possibly be part of his strategy. You know, you give them a little bit of space, it gives you clean air, gives you a better race, and then you don't necessarily have the option of them spinning out right in front of you and you hitting them, giving you incident points.
Take a look at that. Fun facts about our leader. Christian is sick and didn't get to practice until right before the race.
Oh,
well,
no.
obviously he didn't really need it because he's leading right now.
He's
so
doing a great
it.
job. Could you imagine how good he'd be if he practiced?
That is a strong driver for Motohaus there.
But I'm right with you, Christian. As you could tell, bear with me, my voice is a little bit scratchy today. But still made it out. Glad to be with you guys. We wish all well wishes for Christian.
So if we want to hop on board, but it looks like we've got some close battles for 6th, 7th, and 8th. All of those drivers now in a line. We've got some lap traffic to go through here as we're on board with EJ Luna. The team principal for the Mile High Motor Club is going to try and figure out how to navigate this traffic. Got 2 GT3 cars. These guys got to navigate around. Look at that line.
Jeez. It is hard. Whoa, hard to navigate these AI cars.
Sending it 3 wide, the Lamborghini. These guys are just throwing it into the corner. Look at that, 3 wide on board with Bechtel. He's backing out. He's like, I don't want any part of this. I'm just going to see what happens here. This is chaotic. These cars have almost gotten past these GT3s, so they're going to be able to run away from them.
And navigating these turns on such a tight track, going 3 wide is very scary as a driver. Gives you more opportunity to spin out.
Absolutely. We have Dom here at the front of this pack here. Put it in a pretty solid race. We were just talking about how these last couple races have not gone his way, but it looks like he's really keeping it solid, keeping it flat out here, and he's in front of this big pack. So is he going to defend, or is he going to let these guys by if they try to attack?
You know, I think he's going to defend.
I believe
I think he's going to do his best to defend against these drivers. You know, the thing about Dominic is that he races here in the clubhouse in the full 360
Yeah, you guys
sim.
saw him earlier in the stream in that 360 sim.
That's all we can hear up here is that thing it's working.
Especially on that final corner where it's a full 180 degrees, you can just hear that sim spinning around.
You can hear the hairpin for sure.
Like these cars are giving each other some fair amount of space though. Not making any moves. Oh! Wow! Deep into the corner by both Xavier and Luna. It looks like Bechtel's going to capitalize there, and Luna's unfortunately hit the wall.
Did he hit the wall, or did he go through a runoff?
It looked like he locked up and then missed the corner and then just had to get around it. Just coming in a little too fast into the wall, not able to complete. That right turn's got to back up. That's frustrating for EJ.
That's got to be frustrating for EJ.
Back on board with Xavier here on the tail of Dom. Xavier's been holding his pace pretty well behind Dom here, but hasn't been able to make the pass so far. I think he might just be sizing him up, you know, making sure that he knows that he's in his mirror, and just going to try and wait for a mistake. We saw the late braking. That's just an easy mistake that can cost you. Like
Definitely. Late braking, tire lockups, they can all, you know, the thing about being behind or really close to the driver is you are adding that extra pressure on top of the pressure of, you know, this is a hard track, trying to drive a clean race. You see in your mirrors these cars behind you. Some of them are just waiting for you to mess up so they can capitalize on that and get the pass.
Absolutely, and that is for the drivers who are battling each other for position. Not to mention what we're watching here. We have Devereux currently behind some lap traffic. This is not the leader in front of him. but it's a car in his same speed class that he's going to have to find a way around, as he just carries so much more speed through that corner there. And I bet he's asking this guy to get away, probably really kindly in his headset.
Oh yes, I think not so kindly. He's probably got some words for him. But this is our race leader, Christian. He's doing a fabulous job. Looks like right after the fountain, he is going to be coming up on some traffic. Hopefully he'll meet that at an opportune time so he can get a clean pass.
And a move for all of you full throttle fans in the chat. It looks like Bechtel has passed Wilder and Williams. So probably some battling going on with both of those guys. Bechtel and Wilder on the same team, so maybe there's some team orders going on
Possibly
there to allow these guys through, because Xavier Williams is now behind 2 full throttle racing cars, which cannot be fun.
Definitely not. Well, we got a little bit of a wiggle there from Williams, but you know, definitely, if all you see is purple in front of you, what are you gonna do? Because they could have team orders to elbows out and not let anybody pass.
Definitely. On board with Jacob Schiff here, we saw him go in for the penalty. Now pretty far behind the driver in front of him, so trying to put into the lap times here. But 20 minutes into this race, lap 18, how are you feeling so far?
You know, I am excited. I think it's been a very exciting race. There's been a lot going on. We were trying to keep up with everybody, with all of the, you know, spins and wall hits, and keeping up with, you know, chat. We want to know who you're rooting for, who you want to see. We're trying to keep up with you. So, yeah, I'm having a great time. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. This racing so far has been spectacular. I mean, just like all of the battles and just the pressure and consistency these guys are putting out as soon as this race started just tells me we're in for a great race today.
Definitely.
Also, to mimic what you said, yeah, chat, let us know. Send some messages in the chat. We're bored. We want to hear some of your guys' opinions on what you guys have seen so far on this race, as we're on board here with Dylan Carlisle, just getting a little loose around that. I mean, these cars are just so hard to put the power down, and now he's just making sure he can get that car rotated before any lap traffic comes around.
Hurry.
Dylan here, one of our back markers so far in this race, but racing everybody cleanly from what I can see. This car is just a lot to handle.
It is. These cars, you know, we are racing the different models of cars. We got a little wiggle back there. I saw it in the back.
Slippery track, man. Slippery track.
But each car is going to handle this track a little differently. So, yeah, it's a rough race. I think it's going to be rough for the next 2 hours. But chat, get your messages ready. We are going to hop in to relay all of your well wishes. Good luck to your teams. Good luck to your drivers. We're going to hop in and let them know. Or if you have any questions for them, we're going to hop in with them. So let's start blowing up the chat. Let us know what you'd like to say so that we can start hopping in with them and sending your luck.
Maybe not even good luck, just questions being like, hey, team, why are you guys not winning right now? I feel like that's a pretty justified question you could ask the majority of these drivers.
Ah, we've got a chat for Grigsby.
Some fans for Xavier and Christian in the chat.
For Bechtel, oh, looks like we've got a lot. May the racing gods be in your favor.
Yes, let's make sure to write down these messages as we can hop on and ride along.
Get them noted.
Yeah, and shout out to you guys. See if they have any messages back to you guys. But if not, don't be offended. They are, you know, racing for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Got their hands. Oh, look at that! A little bit of contact there from that looked like a Mile High Motor Club car. And these drivers are just extracting everything from these cars. What you love to see.
Yeah.
On board now with Christian, who has now built his gap to second place up to 7.5 seconds. That is the biggest the gap has been so far today, and Christian shows no signs of slowing down. Incredible stuff. But yeah, chat, send us your message. Who are you guys cheering for? Who are you guys not cheering for? Who are you guys worried about points battle? I mean, like, let's get some rivalries going on. You know? I feel like
Yeah,
a lot of these guys are a little too nice to each other. I think we need some drama.
Do we need drama? Is that what you
We
guys
don't
want?
need
Chat?
drama, but
Chat, let us know if you want drama. We can stir the pot. Drama is the spice of life. Some cheese man. Okay,
maybe we can ask the drivers when we're in there if they have any shots they want to fire at their competitors.
we definitely can.
Absolutely. Well, we got a lot of fan support in the chat. Who should we hop in with first?
Let's hop in with Motohaus.
Hop it in. Christian is our leader with Xavier and Taminga. Let's go ahead and see how they do.
No, seriously, dude. But yeah, we'll cover off pit stops that way if we can.
Motohaus, this is the production booth. How you guys feeling so far in this race?
Traffic is ridiculous.
Motohaus, this is the production booth. You guys hear us? Sounds like we might still be muted.
Yeah.
All right, Motohaus, this is the production booth. You guys got us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
All right, well, we've been watching you guys race, and we've got some messages from the chat for you guys.
We do. We have a message from a chatter for Xavier and Chris. It says, "Let's go."
Oh
We
yeah.
also
Who's this
heard.
from?
Oh, I don't know who it was from. I'm sorry.
We
It
do
was
have another
earlier.
message in the chat right now. It says Xavier is probably blasting music and can't hear a thing. Is this true?
This is not true. I'm only mildly faded.
Only mildly faded. All right.
Only mildly. You know, you still got to be able to see the track, got to be able to navigate. Except I didn't do that properly on lap 1, so I'm pretty unhappy about it. But it's all good. It's all good. We're here.
It looks like. Is it Madeline? Go, Chris. Love. Oh, Adeline.
Come on, dude. Come on, guys.
Oh, we got a
What you got?
crash.
Yeah, sorry. This.
Nope, you're good. You're good.
No,
Yeah,
EJ, you're good. It wasn't you, EJ.
Caps up, you two.
Oh. Sorry, they just crashed out in front of me.
Yeah. That's a drive-through on EJ.
Yeah, EJ got to drive through. Hey, what
Yeah.
did you say? Sorry, did someone mention Adeline?
Yes, she said, "Go, Chris."
Yay! That's my daughter. I don't think she said that because she's 16 months old.
Oh, well, she's still cheering you on.
She's dancing right now. She's probably in bed.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
making
come
notes
on,
about
no.
TikTok at the moment.
Oh shit! Sorry about that.
Hey, can you guys go over here and give me a sip of my beer?
It's got black flag.
I don't have time to
spinning
drink
out.
it.
So look,
And-
we got drive-throughs going out to some of the higher people.
Yeah,
Let's just keep it
I
clean
gotta-
at this point. See if we can clean it up and bring it home.
I got a 4X on there because they fucking crashed right in front of me.
What's your total?
I'm barely at 4X.
Oh, you're chilling. Yeah, just chilling.
What's the drive-through at? 12?
12.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good. At
How's
this
everyone
point.
else feeling out there on the track?
I just got to drive through, but I'm feeling good otherwise.
Okay.
Tell Shea, is it a boy or a girl? Is Shea a guy or girl?
Is it time?
He's got pace.
Yeah,
Tell him that
if
if
you
he,
drive a new team, put in some good
Yeah.
laps.
yeah, tell him that if he gets close to me, we're both dying.
We will definitely relay the message. I also wanted to ask if you guys had any shots you wanted to fire at other teams here.
Shit,
now
I
that
can
this
barely
race
hear
is
you,
getting
dude.
Underway.
Any what now?
Any shots to fire at other teams or drivers that have been bothering you this race?
Nah, these walls are firing enough shots, man.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, we'll let you get back to racing. Any last words for your chatter, the people in chat who are listening?
We're doing it for Dale.
Tell him Wusu, Team Wusu. Next year they'll join.
All right. Next year they'll join. We're excited to have a new team. Good luck, and we'll hop back in with you later.
All right,
All right.
thank you.
All right, that was a huge pileup.
That was a huge
That was
pileup.
crazy stuff. We saw Luna had to go through a drive-through penalty. He's now dropped down to 7th. Moved Xavier up, and also moved Bechtel up as well. So top drivers racing well. Chad, if you were just now joining us, we are hopping along with our teams to relay messages to you guys, and we just got out of the chat of Motohouse here on board with Bechtel, just barely touching that wall there, coming around the corner. But let us know what team we should hop on with next. Share some love.
Let's see. It looks like we got another message for Dayton. Well, it just says Dayton. Do you want to say anything to Dayton, or you just want me to yell his name at him? Because I could do that.
Yes,
I believe that's Crystal, who knows Dayton pretty well.
And we can also not confirm nor deny the alcohol intake of our drivers at the moment, but I guess the racing will just have to speak for itself.
Yeah. You know, I would not take my hands off the wheel for anything during this track. So, you know, who knows?
That is a power move right
Yes.
there. And we'll also have to let Shay know that
Yes, let me make a
being
note of
commended
that.
by his drivers, and also Christian Martinez might be a little dangerous to pass.
Yes. Make all the notes.
I think we have a couple of fans in the chat for Full Throttle Racing, so I think we should hop on board with them next. So go ahead, get those messages out there, and then we will definitely hop on board with Jake Schiff later in this stream. What do you say we hop on with Full Throttle?
Yeah, let's do it. Chat, let us know. You have any messages for Full Throttle?
Good to know.
Full Throttle, this is the broadcast booth. You guys got us?
Yeah.
All right, well, you guys have been killing it. We just wanted to share some support you guys are getting in the chat. That's killing it.
We have one message for Bechtel. It says, good luck. May racing gods be in your favor.
Would you say the racing
They
gods...
weren't at that start.
What has not been kind about this track? What are the racing gods hurting you guys for?
The start, someone spun in front of me, and then I got bumped by a GT3 later. So, 8 early. So far, when I'm on my... so far, when I've been on my own, I've been doing good. But the start put me at 8 incident points, which is terrifying. But
Has anybody on your team had a drive-through yet?
I have.
Only one?
Yep.
Okay. That's not bad. You're not the only one. Good. Good to hear. I had one chatter just yell your name, so I'm just going to say, Dayton!
And then we also had another chat from Nick saying, for Full Throttle, is it true you guys take naps between stints on pit road?
Yes.
There you have it. Myth busted.
Looks like we... Car naps. Those are the best, especially in the sun. In this weather, that'd be wonderful. It looks like Breton is saying, yes, Full Throttle Dayton, you're my favorite.
That's always a great message to see and hear in the chat. Well, you guys have any messages to your fans, all your supporters out in the chat watching you guys race? Any updates?
I'm trying to bring her back.
All right.
There you go.
All right. Well, good luck. Keep it up, and we'll let you get back to racing. Oh, we forgot to ask. Is there any shots you'd like to take at any other team or drivers?
No.
All right. Good.
Can you tell Christian to slow down?
We can relay the message.
And Shay and Brian, actually.
So your top three? Should we just tell them to let Dayton pass and get first?
And then give up another 30 seconds.
All right. Well, good luck with the rest of the race. We'll let you get to it.
All right, good stuff. Thanks for all of that interaction, chat. Much appreciated. We love talking with these drivers here and what they have to say. And from what it sounds like from a driver's perspective, the racing has been somewhat clean out there.
It has. It has. It seems like everyone's really, trying to keep it clean in every sense of the word. They're trying to drive clean. They're respecting the other drivers, which we really appreciate. And things happen. Traffic happens. Everyone's just trying to do the best that they can.
Yes, so to answer some questions in chat, yes, there is some traffic. And this is also a great time to shout out our sponsors. We have a couple GT3 cars racing around the grid today, and they are all sponsors of the Denver Racing Social Broadcast Challenge Series. So Oasis Car Detailing, Simply Subarus. I mean, we've got a lot of partners here. We just want to shout out you guys for supporting this series and also getting in the way of a lot of drivers, creating a lot of chaos.
Yes, you definitely are. You're making it very entertaining for us. And if you're out there and you own a company, or you know someone who owns a company, or you yourself just want to, sponsor a driver or a team or a car, let us know. Become a sponsor. You can get your very own AI car in the race to create more of this traffic and, headaches for our drivers.
Nick says, have these cars been inspected for California emissions? We cannot confirm nor deny the emissions test done on these racing vehicles. But I would say no. Awesome, good stuff. Yeah, Nick bringing in the real questions here. Getting the conversation flowing. Much appreciated, Nick. Thank you for sending us the chats. It's been interesting for us.
Definitely. We have one other earlier comment. We need to jump in with another team. We had a comment for Grigsby.
Is he on the new team, MüllBär Racing?
No. Grigsby is... Oh, sorry, give me 1 second. He's with OK Motorsports.
Gotcha.
He is our reserve driver, Zach. He's actually in our mobile sim downstairs.
Right. All right, let's go ahead and hop in with OK Motorsports and show them love. So if you guys have love for OK Motorsports, let us know, or just messages to relay, let us know in the chat.
We're
Let's go ahead
hopping
and
in
hop
now.
in. OK Motorsports, this is the production booth. You guys got us?
Yep.
Yeah.
Got you.
All right, we just wanted to share some love from the chat, cheering you guys on. You guys have been running a pretty good race. We want to hear from you guys. How are you guys feeling?
AI is a little rough on the GT3s, but other than that, we're doing okay.
Yeah, I'm doing
go
all
ahead.
right. I mean, it's my first race. I've been black flagged a few times, which is not ideal, for various stupidities. But besides that, I'm slowly gaining on the people in front of me when I'm not messing up like that, so that's good.
How many incident points do both of you guys have right now?
2.
Where do I check that? Is it on the steering wheel?
It'll be in your black box, but
If you can't see it, don't ruin your race to look for
yeah.
it.
Okay.
No,
I cannot see it right now.
Oh, you're okay.
Unknown.
Yeah, just a heads up. I'll be
Unknown,
a-
but 2 black
I'm
flags
here.
means 2 drive-through penalties, I believe, so at least 24 incident points.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Okay.
Not ideal. I've entered the pit for one of them, and then I clicked the button to turn off the pit limiter like a second too early. And they black flagged
so
me
you were
for 2 laps in a
speeding.
row. Yeah, for
Oh
speeding in the pits.
no.
Tragically.
Yeah. Well, we do have a fan of Grigsby in our chat. They want to say to you, you can do it. They're cheering you on.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
this-
When I'm not doing stupid things like that, I'm like keeping up with some of the faster cars, but it's mostly a matter of just keeping the faults to a low.
Yeah, that's
That's
all I've
the
been telling
points.
Zach. Is just, you know, keep focused, be patient. They'll come to you.
Definitely. It looks like in the chat we do have something for OK Motorsports. Do you have AC going to combat the track heat?
I have a fan.
That's staying cool in the race car.
Yes.
It's a little warm in the trailer right now. I'm in the DRS headquarters and the mobile sim, and it's a little toasty in here, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, we've got eyes on you.
Yes, we got a camera on you, Zach. No need to look around or anything, but
Oh, we distracted
Okay.
you. Sorry.
Let's keep her nice and steady. You got this. People are going to start running into trouble, and you'll just be ready to take advantage of it.
Yeah. Let's see. Hopefully, I can just get a good amount of laps in without any incidents.
all right, do you guys have any messages for your fans in the chat? Any updates you want to share, and any shots you want to fire at other drivers that have ruined or affected your race?
I want to yell at one of the AIs, but I don't think that'll matter too much. Other than that, no. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Glad to have you here.
Just thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, I can gain a few positions and you guys can watch it.
Absolutely. We'll be watching you guys and cheering you guys on from the broadcast booth.
Definitely. We do have one other message for Brian from another team.
Yep.
They ask if you kindly slow down.
No can do, sorry.
All right, we'll have to read that message back.
All right. Well, good luck with the rest of the race, guys.
Thank you.
All right, well, good stuff. Thank you, chat, for talking with us. You can still see we've got Zach on the camera there in the mobile DRS sim setup, which is pretty fun. It looks like he's having.
It does. It does look like he's having a good time. We're going to switch our live camera over to Dominic, who's in that full 360 motion. This is what we hear. We are upstairs from this, and this is what we hear downstairs. It's just that machine spinning every time he turns a corner.
Absolutely. You can see that sim going up and down. That is just what accelerating and braking looks like on a 360 sim. He is fully immersed in here now. It's like riding a roller coaster for 2.5 hours.
Definitely. Definitely. The mental and physical exhaustion these drivers have after races. I mean, these are endurance races, so they put a lot of work into this. We do want to give a shout out to Nick. Thank you for replying to our chatters and explaining some of the iRacing setups that I may not be fully aware of. So thank you for hopping in and sharing that information.
Yes, absolutely. We love just giving as much information as we can about the sport realm.
Definitely. We are a big community here. We would love for you to join us. If anybody is interested, wants to become part of our community, please feel free to reach out. Denver Racing Social has platforms on all socials. You can reach out to us directly and we can get you to the right spot. You know, we are on board with Dominic. You see him on iRacing, you see him in the sim, and I've got to say, I think he's running a better race than he was during our last race.
Oh, absolutely. We've touched on it a couple times so far in the stream, but Dominic had a really, I want to say, rough start first few races where he got caught up in some incidents really early on and wasn't able to make up a lot of time against these other fast competitors, but it looks like he's been able to hold his own here. Maybe a couple incidents here and there, but still putting together a really good lap, and he's in front of all of the GT3 cars, which is always a good sign.
Definitely, that's always good, especially since those GT3 cars are the ones that are causing everybody the most headaches.
Definitely.
Now, those of you in chat who don't know, the reason the names are in different colors are because they have been lapped. They're on different laps. So Luna and Wilder are on the same lap, but they are possibly a lap behind the top 6.
Yep, that is absolutely right. And we'll also see that with the blue as well. The blue cars are a lap behind EJ and Dom here in 7th and 8th. So just a little tip for you guys watching at home.
Now, chat, I hope you're still with us, but just so you know, we are going to give you guys the opportunity to give your favorite teams some bonus points coming up in our next segment. It's going to be our trivia. So thank you for being here. You know, our drivers from the past, our drivers have really relied on chat to help them get the correct answers for trivia.
All right, we are now on lap 36, 45 minutes into this race. And just taking a look at the top runners right now. Christian is currently sitting 38 seconds in the lead.
That is so fast.
That's pretty crazy. And that's almost so fast to make me think that they might be starting to do some green flag pit stops here to get some new tires and more fuel in that thing. But Christian right now is just
He's on
absolutely
fire.
dominating.
He definitely is. You know, the thing about that, though, we have to remember is that he is going to come up to traffic more often than some of the cars behind him. So that is something he's going to have to be aware of. Now, when he's lapping people, that's going to be, you know, some other GTPs, but it's going to be some of those AI cars as well. Now, chat, if you were hearing, there is a speed limit in the pit, and that's what Grigsby was talking about, is that he turned his limiter off too soon. Now, the limiter is what makes the car not speed in the pit lane. So there is a button on their steering wheels that's called a pit limiter. They turn it off right before they turn it on right before they enter the pits. They do their drive-through or enter the pit and then leave. But if they turn that off too early, then they get another penalty. The pit lane on this track is long. It's hard to get into. It's on the left-hand side when you're coming around the corner from you're kind of wide, so you kind of have to cut across the track. And then the exit, you have to go pretty far out before you make that first turn. So hopefully everybody practiced those pit exits, especially if they were planning on serving any of these penalties.
Yeah, pit lane is a very scary place for drivers to get unnecessary incident points because, like you said, if you speed, that's just a whole nother penalty that you got to serve, and no one wants to deal with that. All right, we are now on lap 38, almost 15 minutes into this race. I don't know about you, but I'm going to take a quick break, let you guys just stay on board with some racing, and we will bring back the commentary here in a few minutes. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me. Thank you guys. Let me know if you need anything, and we'll be right back.
See you in chat. right, we are back on board with Christian Martinez, our leader, who is just flying away from the competition, just like he was when we left. Not a lot of change to the field, not a lot of battles going on, but pure domination from Christian.
Definitely. You know, he has the opportunity right now to have a free pit stop. He can pit stop and still come out in the lead.
I think when we talked to him, he was talking about how he has like very low incident points, so he hasn't needed to come in and serve a penalty, which is probably another explanation as to why he's 50 seconds in front of second place right now.
Most definitely. All right, chat, we are back. Oh, looks like he is pitting. We are back. You let us know if you are back. Are you there? We thank you for giving us a little bit of a break, but we need your help in this next section. So let's get that chat fired up. Let us know. Drop us a hey, hi.
And let us know if you guys are ready for trivia. Because you, chat, are going to be scoring points for your team by answering silly trivia questions. It's going to be very exciting.
Or you're going to cost your team points by not answering questions.
Yes. Yes. If you don't answer questions for the team you're supporting, you can cost them points. So you don't want your drivers to be upset if they came home with some points because you didn't answer.
Because you didn't answer. You're here supporting your favorite team and you're supporting your favorite drivers. So this is the best way to give them extra points. Now, you heard when we talked to Full Throttle, they want to be the team coming up with the most points of the race. The points matter. At the end of the series, there's a team that has the most points that will be rewarded. So that's what everybody's looking for. So you have the opportunity right now to help your favorite team. So yes, thank you for giving us a little bit of self-care, getting us that break. We appreciate it. Are you guys ready for our first trivia question? It's already up on the screen for you. And let us know what your answer is and which team you want your points to go to. The question is the population of Canada higher or lower than 45 million?
Oh, jeez. I don't know a lot about Canada.
I don't know anything. I thought there was a lot of mountains in Canada, so maybe not a lot, but maybe.
Maybe. I mean, just like how many Canadians are there? I think that's a better question to ask.
You know, I think there are more than I thought.
I just got DQ'd and I don't know why.
Getting a message from Dan for race control. He just got DQ'd. Dan.
Yeah.
We are sorry to hear that.
I just don't even know what I did.
How many incident points did you have?
Well, several. I'll say that. But I got one for speeding in the pit, and then I kept trying to serve my black flag through the drive-through, and it wouldn't recognize it. I think eventually it's like it assumed I was avoiding the black flag so many times that it DQ'd me.
Oh, interesting. So you're saying the penalty in the pit lane just like gave you more incident points than you should have gotten, and that's the.
Yeah, it wasn't counting my drive.
It didn't let you serve. It didn't let you serve your penalty.
Right.
Let's see. Well, we will send your message up to race control and see what we can do about that.
Okay. I'll jump down to my team here.
All good. Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, sure thing.
Sorry about that, Chad. I know we're getting all excited, and we have some.
We got some questions about Canada.
Yeah.
That got interrupted there. Sorry, Chad. Got our first disqualification. That's one.
Yes, that is one.
So if you guys are voting for the under for the disqualifications, whether it's over or under 3, right now it's 1.
So at this point, I'm still winning.
Yep. Yeah, but we have a long race to go.
We
here.
do have a long
lot
race
of incident points to rack up. But
You know, honestly, I was anticipating there to be more DQs the beginning of the race than later in the race. So,
me too. Yeah, I thought that a lot of these drivers would be battling all out. Like we saw how hard Christian was battling at the front.
Yes.
I thought drivers would be doing a lot more of that and then getting themselves DQ'd because of the incident points they were getting. But these drivers are keeping it clean. I mean, that's what we like to see.
Definitely.
Oh, all right, but let's go back to our trivia here. So something that we need to say. So when you answer in the chat your answer for the trivia question, you have to let us know what team you are answering the question for so we know to give the people with the right answer the points. So question again, is the population of Canada higher or lower than 45 million people? I'm going to go higher.
Do you think higher? I think it's lower. But we have a lower for Full Throttle, lower for Xavier, Chris, and Dan. They are on Team Motohaus.
We have a lower and a higher for Full Throttle.
Oh. Higher. I only want positive points going towards Full Throttle. All right.
All right. Well,
Emily says lower.
Lower.
Lower. We have a lot of people saying lower for Dan's return. We haven't heard back from Race Control yet. We're not sure what the verdict is on Dan returning or not, but we will keep you updated as soon as we know.
Yes, Dan was Taminga, for those of you guys listening along the chat. I didn't use the last name like we had been commentating, but Taminga was the first one who got disqualified, still waiting on Race Control to figure that out. But shall we answer the question, is the population of Canada higher or lower than 45?
What's the answer?
The answer is lower.
Lower.
Canada's population is around 40 million.
Good job.
Which is...
So it looks like Motohaus and Full Throttle get extra points.
Absolutely. Again, let us know which team you're answering for, but there you go. We are now on question 2. So chat, let us know, is the average height of an adult woman in the United States higher or lower than 5'6"? Average height.
I'm going to say lower because I am shorter than that, but I'm short. Yeah. So
I don't know, but we could be wrong.
How many women we have in the chat? Let's hit a shout out for the women. Are you taller or shorter than 5'6"? And so that would be your average, I think.
Lower for Full Throttle.
Full Throttle.
Lower for Motohaus. Lower for Full Throttle again. Lower. Everyone's saying lower.
Everyone say lower. What other teams do we have? Are we supporting here?
Shorter than 5'6". Lower. Okay.
Lower for Motohaus.
Lower.
I am a short woman. Me too, Emily. Me too.
Whoop, whoop.
Full Throttle.
Right. We're getting a lot of lowers. Last messages, chat. Final answers. We don't have a single higher.
No.
We're just checking.
Oh, someone is 5'6". Oh, are you above? Are you average? That would be
of an adult woman.
Average. Are you an adult? Oh, you are.
Yes.
This is Chris. Yeah, we know who you are.
It is not. It is not the baby.
It's not the baby.
Yeah. All right. Everyone's saying lower.
Lower.
And the answer is lower.
All
average
right.
height is around 5'4", which makes a lot more sense in my head, I think.
Dang, I'm still shorter than average. 5'4"? I'm short. Thank you, chat. It looks like you guys said Full Throttle and Motohaus. We got other teams racing with us tonight. Is anybody else cheering on those other teams? They're not going to get any. They're going to get negative points if we have to go in and talk with them.
Right. Looks like all you guys got that question right.
All right, 2 for Motohaus, 2 for Full Throttle. Are we ready to go to the next question?
All right, next question for you guys, chat.
See if I can get it here. Whoops.
All right, question 3 is the speed of sound in air higher or lower than 1,000 miles an hour? So I guess that's saying hitting the speed of sound while flying.
While flying.
Is that speed higher or lower than 1,000 miles an hour?
I have no idea. Who has the need for speed in our chat?
I never really took physics classes. This wasn't really my forte, so I have no idea what the actual speed of sound is, which is, I don't know if that's concerning coming from someone who races as much as I do, but I'm gonna guess
I'm gonna
guess
guess
lower.
higher.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm guessing a little bit lower. So
Chat, let us know what you think. We have a lower for Motohaus.
all right, race control update. We removed the black flag from Tominga because he only has the 48 instant points, like you can see on your screen there. But keeping an eye out for Jacob Ship, who is at 56 incident points.
Oh my
4
gosh.
more incident points, and he's going to get disqualified.
It looks
from
like
this race.
Dylan is only 10 points away also from being disqualified. So we're going to take back that 1 DQ we already had. He's able to rejoin the race to still earn points for his team. And we're going to keep an eye on Jake Ship and Dylan Carlisle. One more crash for Jake, and he'll be disqualified.
All right, but
So-
let's hear chat to answer this question. Is the speed of sound of air higher or lower than 1,000 miles an hour? We get lower for Motorhouse, lower for Full Throttle, lower for Team 7.
Who's Team 7?
It is from Rowan Tominga, so I'm guessing the team Tominga's on, which would
Tominga.
be...
He is our reserve driver, I believe. No, he's not. He's on Motohouse.
Oh, yeah, so that's just another... More
Daniel
points
is
for
on
Motorhouse.
Motohouse.
Lower Full Throttle, lower Motorhouse, lower.
Simply Subaru. All right, we're not giving extra points to the AI drivers. But shout out to Simply
Yeah,
Subaru.
shout out to
Thank
Simply
you.
Subaru.
Thank you for sponsoring us. Higher for Full Throttle.
Higher. That is the first higher that we've seen, except for you. You said higher.
I said higher, but I also don't have Google right in front of me, so. But
you don't have the answers here.
here's the tricky question. Are we saying higher for Full Throttle because we want them to get negative points?
Sabotage.
Sabotaging Full Throttle, possibly? And Subaru, yes, we are very grateful that we have Simply Subaru as our sponsor. If you are in the Denver metro, Denver area, check them out. They are local here. All right, I think we're ready for the answer.
Well, the answer is lower.
Ah,
The speed of sound is about
man.
671 miles an hour.
dang, I am not good at this trivia. All the answers are lower.
That's
I'm going to go lower for the next answer, so I better be right.
Yeah, guys, let's
Remember,
keep the profanity
chat,
down.
We're trying to keep it clean. This is family friendly.
Didn't Google it.
Didn't
Hey,
Google it right.
Google's wrong sometimes. Never be too sure these days. All right, well, that
All
is
right, we're going to
question
go on to our
3.
next question.
Yes, next question. Motohouse and Full Throttle, you guys are killing it. Where's the support for the other teams?
I
is
know.
my
We have
question.
OK Motorsports. We have
Mile High
Mile
Motor
High
Club.
Motor Club. We have MüllBär, who is our new team and could use all the extra points they could get. They are already 2 races worth of points down. That's like multiple hundred of points down. So if you, looks like we had a little bit of a crash there on the screen.
Slight pinch for our leader, Christian, there.
But if you want to support any of those other teams, please. Looks like,
Oh,
that was a little
turned
bit of a
To
dive
the
bomb.
Full Throttle car.
Full Throttle Dayton.
Oh, just
he
locked up the
locked
brake.
up.
What could you do?
Oh, that is not good for these racers.
All right, but we have our next trivia question up on the screen. Question 4. Is the Earth's circumference higher or lower than 30,000 kilometers? So this is the
This is
United
kilometers.
States. I'm not sure.
So we need to convert that to, I don't know what, circumference.
Not my area of expertise here.
Higher
30,000
points for the
kilometers.
new team. All right, we are going to support MüllBär for higher.
MüllBär for higher. You said you wanted to
Higher.
go lower. Let's continue.
I
to
know,
lower,
and now
lower,
it's
lower.
higher.
And now Chad is asking if it's higher. Are you going to change your answer?
I am going to change my answer. Let's see. It looks like people are saying higher. Now I'm going to hop on the bandwagon and say higher.
Higher for
We
Full
have
Throttle.
Motohouse. We have Mile High Motorsports.
There we go.
We have Full Throttle. We have, am I missing anybody? The new team, MüllBär. I got to take notes.
incoming from race control. We are now halfway through this race, lap 57. By the time this race is over, these guys are going to have done over 100 laps of this circuit.
Goodness.
I bet in our roundtable after this race, these guys are going to be tired of racing
exhausted.
here.
I think it's going to be worse than tired. It's going to be exhausted.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So,
all right, chat.
a lot of hires, no lowers at all.
No lowers, except for me, because I've been getting them all wrong. So I'm going to jump on the bandwagon. Go higher. John, what's the answer?
The answer is higher.
Woo!
The Earth's circumference is about 40,000 kilometers.
I don't do kilometers. I do
Yeah, I
math
don't
every
either.
day, but I don't do that kind of math. So
No,
we Googled correctly.
that is. what
Need
we
to
look
get
here.
sponsored by Red Bull. You
I
are
agree.
correct. We could use all the Red Bull we could get. If anybody has any sneaky connections, let us know.
Absolutely.
We will get them an AI car. We'll get their logo on one of our cars.
Oh yeah, Red Bull fuels this commentating booth. So
Definitely.
we'd be big fans of that.
Definitely. We could get Red Bull Racing to sponsor us. That'd be wonderful. So, you know, feel free to reach out to them. Let them know who we are. You know, I tried to tag Max Verstappen in some of my posts on social
Hey, he could be
media
watching
today.
right now. You
Max,
never
if you're
know.
watching, thanks for joining us.
Simply
Please
lovely.
become a sponsor.
All right. Shall we go to the
Next question. All right.
All right, more trivia for you guys. All right, question 5. Is the number of countries in Africa higher or lower than 50?
Oof. I don't do geography.
No, this is going to be
This
embarrassing.
is embarrassing. I don't do geography. Who out there has Google? Could let your commentator know what's the answer.
I don't know. I'm going to take a guess. Shooting in the dark. I'm going to guess higher. I'm going to guess higher. I bet it's around like 52, 53.
Okay. All right, chat. What do you think? I'm going to go with whatever chat says. If chat says higher, I'm going to go higher. Higher for full throttle. All right.
Higher for the team. That is
MüllBär.
MüllBär. We've got an answer from MüllBär now
There
in the
we
chat.
go.
Let's go. Higher.
Oh, we got
higher,
numbers.
Higher for Motohaus.
Higher.
For Motohaus. We got a lot of Motohaus fans
Motohaus.
in the
Oh, we got
YouTube chat.
another spin of Dominic. He's got to be getting up there in incident points as well.
Oh yeah, and I bet these guys are just starting to get tired.
I bet. And you know, these guys don't get breaks. They are driving for that full 2 hours and 25 minutes, plus the 10-minute qualifying before, plus the hour of practice before. I'm sure these guys are feeling the extent of this race.
Hopefully they're comfortable in their sim rigs. I remember seeing a picture after one of the last races of someone's sim rig. They did 2.5 hours in a metal folding chair.
You know,
I could
that was
not
Dayton. That was
imagine doing
Dayton Harrison at Le Mans.
That
That was our
is-
4-hour race. And I believe, let us know in chat if you know, but I believe he has a better setup now at home, and he's not sitting in that metal folding chair anymore.
I
hope
hope so. Absolutely. But going
All right.
back into trivia, we got higher for Motohaus, a lot of higher for Motohaus, higher for Full Throttle, higher for the
New team,
MüllBär.
MüllBär. What's the answer?
The
I'm going
answer-
higher because chat, you're saying
The
higher.
number of countries in Africa is higher. There are
Yes.
54.
Woo,
I was
54.
close.
You
I
were
was
close. Okay, we got Full Throttle, we got Motohaus, and MüllBär. Now, we do have OK Motorsports chat who doesn't have any bonus points. Let me give you just a little insight on OK Motorsports tonight. They are driving with only 2 drivers tonight. One of their drivers did not come to the race. I don't want to say it's not with us because I don't want to be dark, but did not come to the race tonight. So they are driving with 2 drivers. Their principal, which is on screen right now, Brian Sabelski, and their reserve driver, Zach, who is downstairs. So this is Zach's first race. This is Brian is, you know, very well known in our club, and
Hard to the wall there.
it's only the 2 of them. So they're already down in points by missing a driver. So they could really use your help in the chat for some of those extra bonus points. So if
Can I
anybody wants
answer?
to show some love,
Can I answer for okay? Is that against the rules?
I don't. That's a race control
That's a race
question.
control question. I'll answer for. I'll
All
be
right.
an OK Motorsports fan. Big fan of OK Motorsports over here. All right, let's go ahead.
All
Hop into
right.
question number 6.
Number 6, here we go. Is the population of India higher or lower than 1.5 billion? I don't live there. I have no idea.
I've never been there, have never lived there, and I have no idea. But I do know that India is one of the most populated countries in the world.
Okay, so do we think higher?
Lower
Lower.
for OK Motorsports.
Uh-oh.
You know, I'm gonna support
Do
that.
we
I'm
think
also
you
gonna say
have?
lower.
Do we think you have Google?
OK Motorsports. On board with our leader. For those of you guys just watching the stream, not participating in trivia, we're on board with Christian here in a lot of traffic. Look at all those hypercars. That's very chaotic. But we got lower for Motohaus. We got lower for MüllBär. We got lower for Motohaus again. Any Full Throttle fans
Yeah,
in the
there's
chat?
one.
Any Mile High Motor Club fans in the chat?
2 Full Throttle, lower, question mark. Seems like you may not be sure. We're showing some love to your boy Zach, who's at OK Motorsports. And downstairs. New team equals OK Motorsports. Does that mean you want to give points to both? I think we could actually make that happen.
Yes, the new team is
MüllBär.
So whenever we see new team, that's what we assume. But if you're
Yes.
cheering for OK Motorsports, just let us know.
Or if
I'm
you're cheering for both.
I'm an OK Motorsports
You
fan
can
now.
cheer for both. I am a
Absolutely.
fan of all of these teams. And you know, all of these guys put in a lot of work. And so like I said, I drove this track last night to see what they were going to have to go through. I didn't make 5 laps. So,
Brutal.
all right.
All right.
What's our answer,
Is the
John?
population of India higher or lower than 1.5 billion? It is lower.
Lower.
Population of 1.4
Chat,
billion.
you are correct. All right, everybody gets a bonus.
Chat is killing it.
All right, chat, let us know. Is there anybody you'd like us to hop on board with? We are currently on board with our 5th place driver, who is a lap down, Benjamin Bechtel, who is the principal for Full Throttle Racing. When we talked to him earlier, he seemed a little frustrated at the beginning of this race.
Yes, he did.
On board with Xavier. Chat wants to go on board with Xavier. We will make that happen for you. Here we go. Lot of Motohaus fans.
Xavier sitting in 4th, and this is an improvement from the start of the race. We knew Xavier was like one of the midfield pack cars that he was fighting last race in Sebring. We knew he had some good pace, qualified really well, started 5th, and now he's up to 4th with a really good running here, and he's keeping his incident points down to a minimum, which is what we'd love to see for this Team Motohaus car. Team Motohaus is dominating so far this race.
They definitely are. It's these new teams. They're like sleeper teams. They weren't here for the first couple races, but man, they are showing up. They are proving with their debut races and racers that they're in it to win it.
Absolutely.
Sarah loves Xavier. We will send that message once we hop back into the team's chats. We don't want to distract them right now. There is a lot of traffic, so we don't want to ruin anybody's race. But we will relay the message for you.
Well, you guys could start making these guys' races by answering some more trivia questions.
We can. We want to go to the next one?
All right, next trivia question, chat. Make
Here
sure you
we
guys tell us
go.
which team you're supporting to answer this. Is Mount Everest higher or lower than 28,000 feet?
Oh, at least we're in feet.
Yeah, that's good. There's a lot of numbers in these questions.
There are. I have never measured
Yeah.
Mount Everest.
Nope, never been there.
Chat, let us
Plan to go
know.
there. 28,000 feet is pretty tall, though. We're based here in Colorado, so we know a thing or two about being in high elevation.
Right, but that
28,000 feet is like
28,000. We're at
it's like-
5,280.
it's like
That's-
Colorado, and then you've got Everest.
Yeah, off the screen tall.
We got higher,
Slightly
higher
higher.
for Motohaus.
Higher for Motohaus.
Honestly, I kind of want to say lower.
You do.
Yeah, 28,000 feet is very tall.
Oh,
Higher?
Chad is saying higher.
Maybe I'm wrong, because chat does have.
Okay, Motorsports. I'm from Nepal. I should know, but I'm guessing. That's all right. We're not judging.
Yeah.
Higher for the new team. That is MüllBär.
All right, we got a lot of higher for all of these, higher for full
Higher
throttle.
for full throttle.
I'm gonna change my answer to higher. I think chat might be a little more educated than me here in this topic, so we're gonna go with.
All right.
Any final answers?
Any final chatters want to support their team? We got Motohaus. We got
Full Throttle,
Full Throttle, and MüllBär. Any Mile High Motor Club or OK Motorsport?
As an OK Motorsports fan, I'll say lower.
You're gonna say lower.
No, I'm gonna say higher.
Oh, you said lower.
I'm gonna say higher. That's my bad. I'm gonna say higher.
High for Team Jake. Let's see. Mile High Motor Club. Okay.
All right.
All right. What's the answer?
The answer is higher.
Higher.
Everest is 29,000 feet, so
By
1,000 foot difference.
feet.
Wow. Questions
Oh,
are
my.
close.
All right. That's every team gets points.
There you go.
All right. Thank
Great
you,
stuff.
chat.
Chat, why are you guys so smart? It's not fair.
Google.
Never
or
mind.
whatever other searching problem.
Yeah.
Whatever searching platform you use.
Raise your hand if you're using ChatGPT in the chat.
All right. Xavier seems to be holding his pace pretty well.
He does now on board with Jacob Schiff for the Mile High Motor Club. And
he is so close to being disqualified.
yeah, from race control, he's one wreck away from being disqualified. So he's got to keep it clean, clinical, and surgical. He's got to be really careful. We have a Google user in the chat. Look at that, using Google, not AI. Who would have thought?
Google seems to be a popular one.
Yeah.
I want to say that one practice that I did watch, it was Jacob Schiff who DQ'd in 20 minutes.
Oh.
So at least
Let's
he's lasting an hour and 25 minutes. That's such an improvement.
That's true, and we know Jacob has some fans in the chat here. So for those of you guys in the chat cheering for Jacob, just one wreck away from being DQ'd, and that would not be fun.
Definitely not. Remember, our disqualification means he does not get paid for this race, and his team will not earn any points.
See Zane just tapping the wall there. Bechtel currently in 5th for Full Throttle Racing, making the overtake there. Currently has a big gap between Dom, his teammate behind, and Xavier in front. But looks like he's been running a pretty clean race. I know that the beginning of the race was not what he wanted to see because the GT3 cars got in his way, but now he's putting in some pretty good laps.
He definitely is. You know, he looks like he is on a lap all his own. So
yeah, that's what you love to see on this track. No cars in front of you, just open race track, so you can just maximize your angle there as it just taps the apex of the corner there. It's a pretty wide car. It's something easy to do.
It is.
But,
those Cadillacs are, you know, they could lose their rear end pretty easily.
Absolutely. On board with one of our GT3 AI cars here. See the hypercars just ripping it around the outside of them. That is the advantage of being in the hypercars, is that the GT3 cars are much slower, so you can make those overtakes easier. But
however,
on a track like this,
overtaking is really hard.
Oh yeah, clean air is very important here.
Yes.
On board with our leader, Christian Martinez, who has just put on an absolute clinic for our drivers today. I mean, he has an over a minute gap over second place. Devereux, who has been also running an insane race.
Insane is, I don't think there's a better word for it. These guys they're making this race their own. for sure.
I mean, MüllBär just coming into this race, brand new to the series, running currently in second place. That is very commendable.
It is. But like we said, they have a lot of points to catch up on. They're starting at a deficit. So
Absolutely.
I'm sure they're working really hard for this race and all future races to get as many points as they can to be in running.
W
for.
Production, thank you, chatter. And I will also say the liveries on all of these cars look amazing. They were all designed by the teams.
Yes.
They're all themed around this racing series, and that is just the dedication you'll love to see for a racing like this.
Definitely.
As we're looking here at the incident points here, it looks like Taminga finally hit the 60 incident points. We heard him come into the chat earlier about those black flags. Got it back out on the track, but now he has 60 incident points. Looking at Jacob Schiff, still has the 56 incident points there. He is also up there, but so is Dylan.
He's
Don't
got
want to
2
get
more
these
since we saw him last. So
But for those of you guys keeping track at home, that is 1 disqualified so far.
yes.
The over or under is 3.
Yeah, and we have Christian who has 6 incident points this whole race.
That is impressive.
Which, I think might be a little bit easier because he is at the front of the pack. So he's got a little bit of wiggle room, doesn't have to push so hard.
Free air definitely
But
helps.
that's pretty impressive.
Absolutely. Yeah,
No.
one DQ so far into this race, that is much better than what we were anticipating.
Right, and we have less than an hour to go. So that's really good. I might win the under. I might win my 50 bucks.
I guess you might. There's still time.
There is still time. As the fatigue starts to hit, it could be a little bit more dangerous for these drivers.
Absolutely, but I know all of these drivers are super aware about the incident points and the
They
amount it
definitely
takes
are.
to get disqualified. So I bet they might just take it home pretty clean.
Yeah. Yep, driving clean and smooth. But chat, are you guys ready for another trivia question?
Let's keep it going.
Let us know. We're going to switch over to the next question.
Question number 8. Is the average number of hours worked per week in the United States higher or lower than 40?
I work more than 40 hours a week.
I was going to say lower, personally, but then again, I do not have a job that makes me work 40 hours a week. So
Chat, let us know. What do you think? 2 questions. Do you work more than 40 hours a week like I do? And what do you think the average number of hours worked per week in the U.S. is? Is that higher or lower than 40?
Wishful thinking is lower, but it is totally higher. I think that's
I
a good
agree.
mindset.
I agree. I don't think that the United States has a very good work-life balance.
I don't know. I think when it comes to just the average, though,
I do not work 150 hours a week. Maybe when I first met you, but not anymore.
we got higher for Mile High. We have lower for OK Motorsports. I'm gonna guess lower.
Oh.
Based on average of the United States, I think it's lower.
You think it's lower?
I do.
Shooting in the dark here, but way higher.
Higher for Full Throttle.
Oh man, we've got a mix in the chat.
Ooh, this is a really good question. First one we actually have different answers.
Lower
for OK Motorsports. Chat, let us know.
What do you think? Oh my goodness, I think some teams are not going to get the bonus points for this one because some are higher and some are lower.
Make sure you guys let us know what team you are answering for as well. Are people taking into consideration bathroom breaks? Is it how many reported hours worked or how many actual hours?
Ooh, I think we need to dive in a little bit on this question.
Yeah, we can dive deep into this question, but we'll go with what I have on the answers here on this laptop. Where we got another higher for Full Throttle and a lower for Motohaus.
Yeah. Are we Googling, chat? How do we know what's correct?
Maybe Google's giving different answers because usually chat's all the same, but
yeah.
The answers
are
are
we
verified.
using AI? All right. Well,
All right.
I think we're ready for the answer, John. Is it higher or
Is it
lower?
higher or lower than 40 hours? It is lower.
Oh!
The average is around 34 to 38 hours, depending on the industry.
Wow. Okay,
Wow.
lower for OK Motorsports. They get one. OK Motorsports.
Chad is saying lies. I think we might need to fact check this.
Lower. Oh, man. Lower for Motohaus. Got a point for lower.
When was the stat? That's a good question.
Ooh, that is a good question. Depending on industry, that is correct.
Just don't go into accounting.
Facts.
That makes sense.
I'm an accountant.
Oh, you are?
And I believe Emily. No, I know Emily is an accountant as well. We work too much.
That is honestly shocking, though. I guess for the average, I thought lower because there are people who don't work 40-hour work weeks. But I thought maybe the average of people who work more than that would be higher. But
Right.
I guess I was wrong.
I don't. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And Crystal's right. A lot of people have more than one job, especially right now. So
That's
it's like,
true.
I mean, I don't consider this work, but people have jobs like this that they do after their W-2 job and work some more. So
Yeah, I have some friends who are working 2 jobs. And
Yeah.
It sounds like it's just a lot of time
yeah,
to do both those things. So I
It definitely
I
is.
commend all of you guys working more than 40 hours a week. That is crazy. But for all of you guys who answered lower, sports bonus points for your team. There you go.
excuse me. Sorry about my cough. All right. Well, I got those bonus points answered. That was a tough one.
That was a good question. I
That
like
was a tough one. I definitely know that I do not work 40 hours a week. I work more than that, but I know Andrew works more than that as well.
I brought the average down.
Voice control
It was
saying
like
no.
2 hours.
All right. Next question.
Next question. Is the number of McDonald's restaurants in the U.S. higher or lower than 10,000? I'm going to guess lower.
Really?
10,000
I was gonna say
McDonald's?
higher. How many are in Denver alone?
I mean, there are, I would say, a couple hundred.
I can't
in-
go like a few miles without running into a McDonald's.
That is true. I don't know. I still think 10,000 is a
Chat, what do you
lot.
think? Higher or lower
Higher for Motohaus. I'm going to guess lower as a broadcaster.
for OK Motorsports?
For OK Motorsports. Higher for Motohaus. Higher for sure for Full Throttle. Higher for
MüllBär.
MüllBär. Maybe I'm wrong.
Higher for Full Throttle. See, I think it's higher.
10,000 McDonald's though? You know how many Big Macs that is? That's wild.
How many chicken nuggets would
How
that
many
be?
play places that is?
Yeah.
How many screaming toddlers running around?
No thanks.
That's a lot. Got
All
a lot
right.
of everyone is answering higher.
Everyone's saying higher. We got Motohaus, Full Throttle, OK Motorsports, MüllBär. So many nuggies. Yes. You know, I bet you they would sell more if they changed the Dino Nuggies.
Yeah.
I
I'm
bet.
surprised they haven't done that yet.
I bet they would. All right. We have your vote for OK Motorsports.
Yes, I'm still going lower.
You're still going
I
lower.
know Chad is
Okay.
saying higher, but it's so hard for me to wrap my mind around 10,000.
10,000. There's a lot, I bet. All right. Last answer. Lots of broken ice cream machines.
That is also
Facts.
facts. Facts. Well, the answer is higher.
Yes.
There are around
Good job, Chad.
13,000 McDonald's in the United States alone.
Jeez. That is so many.
Wow. Wow.
So
That
everybody
is-
gets bonus points except for OK
Except for-
Motorsports.
Yeah, that's my bad. Maybe I should
Maybe you
stop
should go
answering
with
these
chat.
questions. Yeah, I should go with chat. Probably smart.
All right. We are going to do a quick replay with Christian.
That mile high racing car not giving him any space. Christian, though, has such a long lead. No need to push the envelope here, keeping it safe, keeping it clean. Doesn't make that pass, but there you go.
Oh,
Gets by him there on the next corner. Christian has some insane pace throughout the
he
track.
does. I can see why other teams want him to slow down.
Absolutely.
Jeez. And he's not feeling well? That's crazy.
Impressive. Incredible stuff.
All right. Now on the screen, we are showing our drivers' licenses and I ratings.
For those of you guys at home who are not quite sure what these numbers mean, allow me to provide a little bit of insight as someone who races on iRacing a decent amount. Next to their interval, you will see an A, B, C, D, or R. A, so it goes rookie class is the very lowest, and it goes D, C, D, A. And they increase their ranking based on their I rating. They will score I rating based on how well they finish in the race. So as you can see, Christian has a 2.7 thousand I rating and is also A, but he is not technically the best car on track because Sabelski has a 2.8 I rating, so he has just like a higher rating than anyone else in the lobby. But as you can see, Devereux is B, Williams is C, Dom is C, and all of these guys are just kicking butt around this track. So a little bit of insight to how good these guys are when they race on iRacing on their own time.
Definitely. Now, just a little bit of driver information. In order to be on or in our series, you're a team of 3, and you have to have at least one rookie driver. When Full Throttle signed up to be part of this series, they had 2 rookie drivers. Oh. If you look at our drivers now, this is how much work these guys put in off of the live stream races. Benjamin Bechtel is Class A, and he was when we started. Dayton Harrison was a rookie when we started.
Oh, wow.
And he is now Class A. He has worked his way up through all of those ranks to get himself a Class A license. And Dominic Wilder is, excuse me, trying not to cough, working his way up as well, and now a Class C driver.
I believe it for both Harrison and Wilder. Both of these guys put in super consistent lap times, and they are the drivers that we see making these overtakes here, which is definitely something that you see a lot more of from the higher rated drivers.
Definitely. These guys put a lot of work in outside of our broadcast challenge series. I know that Dayton Harrison was part of the 12 Hours at Sebring. He ran in that race with EJ Luna, actually on a different team. They ran that together. They did another, I believe Dayton and Benjamin did another endurance race just like a couple weekends ago as well. So they're doing a lot of racing outside of what you see with us here today. So if you want to know more about our drivers, let us know. We'll ask the questions. We'll get you the answers. If we don't get them today, we'll definitely get them for you before the next race. But yes, you are totally in the right to be proud of Dayton. He's doing a great job.
Absolutely. All of these drivers are doing a great job. I mean, like the fact that we've only had 1 disqualification and we're almost 2 hours into this race means that these drivers are starting to really hone down on their skills and not running any walls or any of the cars as well.
Most definitely.
So you see we have Bechtel for Full Throttle Motorsports going into the pit lane. We have around 45 minutes left in this race. Maybe this is the last stop before going to the end of the race, but
it might be.
These cars are all so spaced out, it's hard to tell which car is on which strategy. I'm sure we'll hear a lot more from that at the driver roundtable after this race is over.
Most definitely. Now, stay with us at the end of the race as well. We will be pulling all of our drivers in, talking to them about the race, having a little debrief. We'll send your comments to them. They can answer you live if you have any questions, if you want to give kudos or congratulations. Now watch this pit exit. This is what I was talking about earlier, right? So he has his pit limiter on right now, and it has to stay on until these green cones. Now, right after these green cones, he can turn that limiter off. He can start to go faster. You can see those gold wheels spinning faster. Now, he can't make that first turn till after this red line. Look how far that is, and then makes that left-hand turn.
Absolutely.
That is a very hard pit exit.
Yeah, and if you cut across that red line, that is going to be a
black
penalty,
flag.
and you're going to have to go back to the pit lane to do it again.
You have to try again. So these racers definitely needed all of the practice. They worked really hard on making sure they weren't getting those penalties. And
we'll send a message to race control, see if we can bring up the incident points.
Yes, we can try to get that up.
Look at that.
Is there a specific driver you're looking at, and we can call it out for you?
It looks like Jacob Schiff has been
Oh,
disqualified.
he has got his.
So now we have, as you can see, if the drivers hit 60 incident points, that's a total of 5 drive-through penalties, drive-through with 12 incident points, you will be disqualified from this race. You will not score any points, you will not win any money. And so far, we are up to 2 people have been disqualified.
Oh, we're still under the 3.
Absolutely. The next driver with the highest is Dylan Carlisle, who has been at 54, so he's probably keeping it clean.
Oh, and
But
Zach
then
now is up to
Zach is now
50.
50. We've seen him be banging into these walls, so
We have.
he's got to try and keep it clean.
Shay, we want to know how many Shay has. Shay only has 12.
Jay has been doing, he's been on such a good race.
Yeah, I think Shay is safe. So, some of our AI cars looks like they're getting some drive-through penalties as well. How many for Chris? Christian has 6. So he's sitting pretty well. He doesn't even have a drive-through penalty. Chris is sitting very well right
That's
now.
impressive. Going this long in a race without having to serve a drive-through penalty
Yeah.
is commendable.
Yeah. I
Especially
think
from
he and Brian Sabelski are the only 2 who have not had to do a drive-through penalty. So that is, it is, yes, you are correct. That is a very good race for him.
Great stuff.
Keep the questions coming, Chad. If you have any questions or you want to hop on with specific drivers, let us know. If you want more trivia, we've got more questions. If you want your team to have more bonus points, right now I have 7 for Full Throttle, 8 for Motohaus, 5 for MüllBär, 4 for Mile High Motor Club,
Motor Club.
and 3 for OK Motorsports. I am pretty surprised that EJ Luna is this far back in the race.
I am too. We saw him get caught up in a couple of instances with other cars where he had to turn the car all the way around, missing the corner, locking up the brakes, what have you. But those small mistakes have now put him back into 7th place behind Dayton Harrison here at 7th. Not where we expected to see EJ Luna run, but he's a really fast racer, and I'm sure the points that he loses out on for this race, he will try and make up for.
Definitely.
Let's go ahead and see who has the best lap. The best lap is Christian Martinez here by a long shot. Actually, he has the best lap by over, is that 4/10 over Devereux, who has been holding 2nd super solidly, and it looks like the faster cars are definitely up at the front of the field.
Definitely. I mean, but they're all very close to each other.
Absolutely. That just shows how competitive this series is. Because there is, need we mention it, money on the line.
There is. Our pot at this current moment is up to $2,000. Now, if you want to form your own team, you definitely can. If you want to become a reserve driver, we're definitely looking for some. Not all teams have reserve drivers. And as you can tell, some of our teams do need reserve drivers. Our drivers do have, jobs and school and things outside of racing, and sometimes the schedule just doesn't align. So if you're willing or wanting, let us know. We have 2 sims here at this clubhouse. We have a Lafayette location that's got a sim. If you have a sim at home, you want to try it out, let us know.
Absolutely.
Well, that was a very clean, easy pass to Christian.
Oh yeah, I'm sure whenever these drivers see that 33 Ferrari come up in their rearview mirror, they get out of the way.
I'm
so
sure.
Just powered through Christian in a league called his own. Just under half an hour left in this race. Currently 84 laps completed. Madeline in the TikTok chat asking how many laps are to go. So these drivers will try and do as many laps as they possibly can before the timer runs out. You can see on the top left of your screen, we have 2 hours and 25 minutes total race time, and we are currently 1 hour and 48 minutes in. So we've got about half an hour to go.
It's going to be about 30 more laps to go for your leader. Not as many for the cars that have been lapped.
Got some fans of Dylan Carlisle in the chat. We see you. Shout out, Carlisle.
Let us know, is there anybody you want to get on board with? You want us to hop in their team chats and talk to them? About 5 more trivia questions left. So
let's go ahead and wrap up this trivia.
If your Google fingers are ready.
All right, make sure you guys tell us what team you're representing by answering these trivia questions, and we've got 5 more questions to go.
Yeah. So let's get them done, and I will keep track of the points.
Sweet, sounds good. Next question is the number of NFL teams higher or lower than 40?
Ooh.
Oh. I don't know. I'm not a football guy.
I think it's lower.
I also think it's lower.
Chat, what do you think, and what team do you want your points to go to?
Lower for Full Throttle.
Okay, lower for Motohaus.
Lower for, okay. Huge football guy, lower for Motohaus.
That is a girl.
Girl, my bad. Huge football girl.
Yes, huge I'm a huge Bronco fan, if that counts. Lower, Full Throttle. Mile High. Okay.
We got some support from Mile High in the chat. We'd love to see it.
Sports are hard. You are correct. But this is a sport as well, and we thank you for joining us. We are in it for the long haul. Oh. Did somebody just blink out?
A little bit of lag there for our second place driver. But we're getting lower from all of the teams.
I think everybody says lower. Let's see what's the answer.
The answer is lower.
Yes,
there are 32
it is lower.
teams.
Full Throttle, Motohaus. Mile High? No, okay.
We did get one lower from Mile High.
We did, okay. All right.
All right, next question.
Is the number of people who visit Disney World annually higher or lower than 50 million?
Oh.
Disney World, that's in Florida.
Disney World. I would guess higher because the amount of people
That's
that
a lot
go
of
there in
people.
a year,
I
would
don't
say higher.
know.
I don't know though.
Chat,
I've only
what do
been
you
once
think?
in my life, so
How popular is Disney?
yeah, I don't know.
I've been there a couple times actually. And yes, we agree, 40 NFL teams would be insane. But we're almost there.
We're getting higher.
More than 50 million?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Really?
Lower for Full Throttle.
Okay.
Higher for Open Motor.
Okay. Higher for Mile High.
Okay. Chat's a little split on this one.
We have one higher that doesn't have a team. Oh, fantasy football fan.
Love some fantasy sports. Big fan.
Don't doubt the House of Mouse.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I think that the House
Higher.
of Mouse caters more than 50 million a year, but got
All
some got a
right.
mixed bag in the chat here.
All right, unless we get a higher for full throttle. Oh, there it is.
Higher for full throttle.
Okay,
All
now
right.
every team does say higher. We do have one standout that says lower.
Answer is wait. The answer is higher.
It's higher.
Disney World sees around 58 million visitors annually. I had to double check
58
that.
million.
On my cheat sheet, it said lower. 58 is not lower than 50.
It's not lower than 50. You are correct.
No, it is not.
Your notes are wrong.
So
Whoever
good job,
gave
chat.
you those, wacko.
All right. Go ahead and get to the next question.
Oh.
It's the number of letters in the name of Missouri higher or lower than 10?
I don't know if we anticipated putting the name on the screen.
Let's just count the letters in Missouri right here. It looks like 8.
It looks like 8 to me as well.
Chat, what do you think?
Agree?
Chat, what do you think? Higher or lower, guys? I don't know. Motorhouse is lower.
We think Missouri only has 8 letters, but maybe we can't count.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure it's lower than
3 points for every team. All right, team. Let us know what team you want to hop on. We're going to go in and ask them the answer to this question since they won't be able to read the screen. So, what team do you want these bonus points to go to? Answer quick, answer quick.
Motohouse.
Motohouse.
Let's go
All
ahead
right.
and jump in with Motohouse. Hey, Motohouse's production booth. You guys got us?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we had a quick trivia question. We just want to run by you guys through some bonus points. You guys ready?
Yep.
Is the number of letters in the name of Missouri higher or lower than 10?
Dude, I'm retarded. I can't spell. Ask my, it's on you guys.
Lower than
Lower.
greater than what?
10.
Lower.
Lower.
We
Confirm.
got lower. We got lower.
I
Yeah.
got lower.
You guys would be correct.
Yeah.
It is lower.
It is lower. There's only 8.
Yeah.
How's your race going?
My foot is
Interesting.
completely numb and I need beer.
All right, you guys
I'm
feeling the
desperately-
fatigue? Almost 2 hours into this race.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling
Feeling
it.
good. I'm relaxing now.
Feel good.
Jesus, I almost got speeding in the pits. I might have done it. Fuck. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, well, thank you guys for answering that trivia question. We appreciate it, and good luck as this race comes down to a close.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Thank you.
man.
There you go, chat.
All right,
it is less than
Motohouse.
10. Claps all around.
I'm glad y'all can count. I'm glad we can count. And I'm glad Motohouse knows how to spell Missouri.
Well, some of them did.
That is true. I mean, it could have also just been a good guess.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50 shot.
All right, 3 more questions to go.
We do. All right, here
Next
we go.
question is the number of fast food locations in the U.S. higher or lower than 100,000? Wow, that's a interesting question. We just did the McDonald's question with the higher or lower in the United States. Now we're talking all fast food locations in the United States.
Who
Higher,
remembers how many
lower.
was McDonald's? Was it 10,000?
McDonald's is 13,000.
13,000.
So
That's just McDonald's.
I'm going to guess higher.
I think I guess higher also.
Okay, Motorsports says higher.
Higher.
They're on the
Higher.
same page.
Chris's mom, we will get your message to him.
We just talked to him. He sounds like he's doing great. We go higher. You hate the answer. Full throttle.
I agree. That's pretty gross.
Yeah. I would love to see this number compared to fast food locations literally any other country.
Yes.
Ever.
Yeah.
I bet we take it.
We take the cake, 100%.
Number 1, USA on top. McDonald's being 10% of that number is insane. That is true.
It is.
I mean, because McDonald's is probably arguably one of the biggest, if not the biggest fast food chain. But if they're at 13K, then all of the other fast food are going to be below that. So that might modify your answer. But we are getting a lot of higher answers. So.
All right. Whoa. Oh, who do we have? We have Motohaus, OK Motorsports, Full Throttle.
Nothing from Mile High. Nothing from MüllBär. No answers for those teams in chat.
Well, we have a fan of Dylan who is on Mile High.
Oh, on board with our second place car.
What happened?
I don't know what happened there. Maybe a little bit of contact with
Oh,
the GT3.
look at that. He doesn't have a front bumper.
Got the damage coming back here. What happened there? Just trying to close that gap here.
Quick replay.
This is our leader, Christian. With an interesting line going into the final hairpin here, but race control looking for that replay here, but second place was gaining some ground on first here. So we'll have to
Oh, there's a little spin.
keep you guys
for
updated
Dylan.
on that. But all right, let's answer this trivia question. Is the number of fast food locations in the U.S. higher or lower than 100,000? Final answer
Higher.
is higher.
Higher.
And guess by how much higher?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
There are almost 200,000
Oh my gosh.
fast food locations.
That is
in the
too
United States.
many.
So they really
Too
set
many.
the bar
Let's
for us
stop
there.
eating fast food.
Yeah. Support your local businesses.
Right? Eat local.
Exactly.
Support DRS. We don't have food, but you should still support us. We sometimes have food. Come to a watch party. Sometimes there's food.
Oh, I'm looking at the scoreboard here, and it looks like second place is closing the gap on first
Oh, he
place.
is
He is now
closing
almost
it.
16 seconds behind, which is still a big gap, but he's been putting the pedal down, and we're going to watch that number to see if he can gain time before this race comes to a close in 25 minutes. So we have 2 more trivia questions. Let's go ahead and finish these up, take a quick break, and then come back to the end of the race.
Definitely. All right. Is the average number of movies watched by Americans each year higher or lower than 10?
Oh, I'm guessing this is
Ooh.
per American, and I know I am definitely high.
I watch more than 10.
I guess.
I watched a movie last night.
Higher or lower than 10?
Keep those turns tight.
Let us know which team you support here.
China has 2.5 million fast food locations. That's ridiculous and too many. Way too many. But that's not the question we're at. we're asking. Elevated audio.
Thanks for the fun fact. Good to know now.
Average number of movies. How many do you watch?
I watch
A year.
way more than 10. I am a pretty big movie guy myself. I see
All right.
at least 2 or 3 a month.
All right.
So
that's in the like 24 or more.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Higher.
Higher for Motohaus.
New
Higher for
team.
MüllBär. Higher for Full Throttle. We like being entertained. Now that is a fact. I wonder if this number will go down though with the rise of short form.
Maybe.
Things to think about.
Higher for Motohaus. I know I have one of those, what are they, like a membership to the theater. I love the Alamo Draft House. If I could go catch a movie there, I definitely do. So
Yes, I am a proud member of the AMC Stubs A-List, where I can
There
see
you
3
go.
movies for free every week. So taking advantage of that membership, seeing a lot of movies, and I can say the movies in the theater right now are worth it. You know, if you're a fan of Jack Black, I mean, it's a good time to be a movie fan.
all right, we think higher for Motohaus, MüllBär.
Everyone's saying
Full
higher
Throttle.
here.
All right.
No
John, is
answer
the
for
answer
Mile High.
higher?
But the answer is lower.
Lower.
The average amount of movies the American watches is 5 to 7 per year.
Oh my.
Wow, no one.
That is so interesting. I guess we're all just, we're just better.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Maybe we might have to fact check that, but sorry,
We
Chad,
are.
you're all wrong.
We're above average Americans. All right, no bonus points for that one. We have one last, and we're gonna take a quick break and then hop in with your race leaders to tie up the end of the race.
Yep.
I agree with you. No way that it's less than 10.
I would believe it if that statistic is only from movie theaters. That would make a little bit
make
more
more
sense.
sense.
But just like movies in general, watching at your home,
Yeah.
I can see how the answer's way
Since
higher.
Netflix, Hulu, HBO, all of the other streaming things you can do. Like I said, I watched a movie last night, so that's very. Maybe they're old answers. Who knows? We have our last question up for
Last
chat.
question. It's a basketball question for all of my basketball fans in the chat. Is the number of college basketball teams in the NCAA division higher or lower than 350?
Division 1 teams. Division 1 teams.
I'm not a basketball guy. I have no idea.
It's March
350 sounds
Madness.
crazy.
It's March Madness. You're not a basketball fan?
I'm not. I filled out a
College
bracket.
basketball.
I
Did
didn't
you
win
win?
anything.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
Did you guess all of the
I
teams?
guessed them all. I just did what the computer told me to do.
All right, chat, what do we think? Higher for Full Throttle. College basketball teams in the NCAA, higher or lower than 350? Higher for Mile High.
That is just so many teams.
Anybody else? Any other teams you want to support? 532 teams? That's so many.
Higher for Motohaus.
Who in chat thinks elevated audio is cheating? Googling.
Higher for OK Motor. Higher for Motohaus. Everyone's saying higher.
Nobody knows sports.
Should we give out
All
the
right,
answer?
I think we
last
should give out
trivia
the
question of the day.
last answer, last bonus points.
The number of college basketball teams in the NCAA Division I, higher or lower than 350? It is higher. There are about 360 Division I teams, which is
360.
nuts.
That's
a lot of
crazy.
teams.
That's a lot of colleges.
Basketball.
All right, we got Full Throttle. We've got Motohaus, OK Motorsports, and I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you guys, chat, so much for that chat interaction. I thought that was a really good round of trivia. Make sure you guys tune in for our next race. We're going to be doing trivia for all of these events, so you can score your points for your teams. And we love the support you guys are showing for the series.
Yes.
It means a lot, and it keeps us entertained when you guys are talking in chat. So
yeah,
much appreciated from the commentary.
Thank you. We couldn't do it without you guys.
Absolutely.
Quick rundown of the bonus points. We have 13 points for Motohaus. They earn the most bonus points.
Sure, they'll love to do that.
Coming in second, 10 points for Full Throttle, 6 for MüllBär and Mile High Motor Club, and then 7 for OK Motorsports.
All right, so we are going to take a quick break, let you guys ride along with some of the racers, and when we come back, we're going to ride along with our leader, who's currently Christian Martinez, dominating this race. See him finish off this race. So, see you guys shortly.
Thank you, chat. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. This race is coming to a close. We got 10 minutes left to go. We are on board with Dylan Carlisle, which I think we should look at the incident points for these drivers.
Yeah, we do only have 10 minutes left, so let's see how close, if they are close.
It looks like Dylan Carlisle has hit 60
just
incident points
been
and has been
disqualified.
disqualified from the race. That is a tough one. 10 minutes to go into the race.
That
we saw
is
your
so
support
tough.
for him in the chat. But let's go ahead and head on board with him anyways. What team?
Mile High.
It looks like he has left the Mile High Discord.
Oh.
He might not be online anymore.
Well, we wanted to relay your message to Dylan. Unfortunately, he has left our chat. He is no longer with us. I'm really sorry for being so dark at the beginning of this stream. He's just
hard,
not
though.
in the race.
Yeah,
He did race
it's
really
a long
hard.
race. 106 laps have been completed, and I mean, the 2 hours and 15 minutes run, that was a gauntlet.
Yes.
For Dylan, for sure. I mean, he's just getting back into it. He was a reserve driver coming in, fill in for Mile High, and hopefully we'll see him again for more races to come.
Definitely. That means 2 drivers for Mile High have been disqualified. EJ Luna is the only one left on Mile High Motor Club to earn points for their team tonight.
Not the best situation for Mile High Motor Club, but next time is a new track, new week. This driver will make sure to get those points back.
Most definitely. You can't see our camera. This is a quick view of the clubhouse. Pretty cool if you haven't been here. We're in Centennial.
Here's my buddy. You guys are all good. I'll call him. Let him know from the commentary booth. He did an absolutely fantastic job today in the race, and we wish him the best for his future.
Tell him if he wants to jump back into Discord, we'll hop on with him.
Absolutely. Looks like there are no close gaps between any of these cars, so this race is going to come down to a very slow and easy close. We've got Christian Martinez in the 33 for Motohaus in first place, putting on an absolute clinic of a race, and I can already tell what he's going to say after this race. He's going to say, I need a beat.
You're right. He's going to want a drink to celebrate.
Let's ride along. We're just going through the field here. Bechtel in 5th for Full Throttle Racing. I just love the look of that Cadillac.
I know,
Looks
it's beautiful,
so good.
right? That shiny gold with the contrast of the purple and their gold wheels. That detail is just, it's really nice to look at.
Absolutely.
Oh, you got a view of them.
There it is. And if you look down on your mini-map here, our leader, Christian, is just now coming around the final corner to take that start-finish line. You see the number 2 behind him. That is second place, but they are not on the same lap. Christian Martinez has officially lapped the entire field.
That is crazy.
Long Beach is his domain.
That is, I mean, you can't ask for a better race.
Without any practice, jumps in.
And sick. And he's not feeling well.
Asserts his dominance.
So, Chris fans, we know Chris's mom is in chat. Any other fans, we are going to be hopping on board with him as the race comes to an end. Everybody in chat, please stay with us. We are going to hop. We're going to have all of our drivers all in the same chat. We're going to let you ask them the questions. This is as close as we can get to having you guys talk to them directly. We're going to just be your in-between. But yeah, stay online with us and we'll get all of our drivers in and you can ask them any questions, give them all the support. Chris's wife, thank you for supporting him. Xavier fan, Motohaus fan.
Xavier's had a good race, started 5th, moved up to 4th. Pretty solid, consistent lap times there. It's going to bring home a very nice finish for Motohaus. So his teammate in first and 4th for Motohaus is...
that's pretty great.
It's pretty good. Highest finishing order.
Great.
We heard that the Full Throttle Racing crew wanted to be the team with the highest finishing order when we first interviewed them at the beginning of the race,
I
but
don't know if that's going to come
I
true
think
today.
Motohaus is going to take it from them.
Although they do have one DQ. So
yeah.
This is Motohaus has one DQ, so they're only getting points for 2 drivers. Full Throttle does still have all 3 drivers in this race, so it is quite possible that they do have the most points at the finish of the race, but we'll get to that here in about 5 minutes.
Definitely.
I'm interested to see what happened with Dayton's race. At the beginning of the race, he was pretty high up in the order.
Yeah, he started pretty high up. He had a great qualifying lap, and he's been really good for the Full Throttle Racing team in the last couple races. Probably got caught up in some incidents earlier in the race, had to serve some penalties with those incident points, which set him back in the field, but Dayton Harrison's still a very strong racer who we expect to be fighting for podiums here as this series progresses.
He definitely is. This Full Throttle team, you chatters, if you don't know, John and I have the opportunity to be in all of the team's chats. So in between races, we see how much they're talking, you know, the strategies they're coming up with, things that they're doing. Looks like Dayton just locked up also. Oh, that was a replay. But this is one of the most active team chats, I think, that we see throughout the break in between the races.
Absolutely. Full Throttle is one of those teams who is just in every single practice session, you know, sharing insights to fuel strategy and tires and just tips for getting around this track. Definitely one of the more communicative teams in this league. So awesome to see them pulling in some solid performances from Harrison
Wilder and Bechtel.
and Bechtel. Yes,
Yeah.
there you go. Currently 5th, 7th, and 8th. So still a really good performance for that team, finishing
Definitely.
all in the points.
Yep. Definitely. Now, this has been a long race for them. It's been a long race for us. We thank you, chat, for being with us. We appreciate you, all of your, sorry.
No, you're all good.
Your,
Marissa. All of you guys' support, we very much appreciate it. I think it's a great event to put together with Denver Racing Social to get all of these drivers racing for cash prizes, which I think is probably the pretty coolest part about this league and all the commitment all of these drivers show to the league. And we still have many races to go. We'll be following the IMSA schedule as this series progresses along with IMSA, so we will be crowning a champion here later in the year, which will be super exciting, and all these races are just going to lead up to that. I mean, talk about championships. Christian Martinez. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, he's dominated this entire race. Let's hop on board with him. Oh, it looks like Dominic just had a...
incident from Dominic is going to get tapped by the GT3 car. It's the BMW just getting into
It's those
the side
AI
of them.
cars that the drivers were complaining about. We knew this incident was going to happen because we could hear it downstairs.
Yes, we did. But now we've got 2 minutes left. Let's go ahead and ride along with the Motohaus GP team as this race comes to a close. Sweet. Yeah, we're in.
All right.
Productions in the chat with us.
Again.
We are going to hop on board with Christian as the race comes to an end. Oh.
No, I think they're just going to interview us soon.
Jesus.
Oh,
no.
I got 10x right now.
Lamborghini.
There's a yellow.
Oh,
on the
we are
hairpin, pretty bad.
Oh,
stuck.
that is
We are
incident point.
stuck.
Last lap. As long as I don't do anything stupid, I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Just bring it on home.
Oh, I just
Just
saw that.
stupid GT3s.
That was so unfortunate for
You
Christian.
heard him say he had 10 incident points. 2 more, he had to serve a penalty. So
Yeah.
he cannot touch a wall.
He
on this
cannot
lap.
get anything else. I mean, like they say, in professional racing, it's not over till it's over. Anything can happen right until that finish line.
Very decisive win. Well done.
Yeah.
Way to keep control of the pace the whole time, too. You look good.
We see your messages, chat. Much appreciated.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate your support.
Hi, Mom.
All right, race control, you want to go ahead and do this? All right, Motohaus is the production booth. You guys hear us?
Come on.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, congratulations, Christian. That was a dominant performance.
Thank you. I'm pissed off because I didn't get a 113. I was trying at the end. I don't know if you guys were seeing those lap times.
You were so close.
Yeah, there was a couple traffic incidents that got in the way, but
We heard you got 10 incident points right at the end.
yeah, that stupid GT3. But it was all good. Good race.
Good race.
Shay kept me on my toes. I don't know if you guys saw when we were racing a little bit.
Yeah, some
Definitely.
good battles for the lead. I mean, you guys were duking it out early. We were worried that you guys were risking some incident points early, but I guess it paid off. You finished the race and you laughed at everybody.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Good stuff.
We do have some comments from
I said I was coming
you.
for this. Oh
You
yeah,
did.
go ahead.
You warned us at the end of the last race that you were coming back in full force, and you did not disappoint.
Absolutely.
We do have your mom in the chat and your wife in the chat.
Oh, nice.
If you would
Let's
like to say
go.
anything, you're probably listening.
Oh,
Tell them.
Hey.
Tell them I love them.
They can
I
hear
love
you.
them. I love you guys. Love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. I did this for you guys. Discount racer right here.
Let's go, brother.
Yeah, good win, Christian.
Yeah, good race,
Awesome.
Christian.
Yeah, good win.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, come on. There we go.
there was no 113. You are disqualified.
You know what, guys? I swear there was a couple of times where I was like 3/10 up and I was gonna do it, and then a little GT3 would come or something would get in the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, we got some chats for you. Good job, Team Motohouse. I love you, Xavier. Motohouse, y'all killed it. Oh, that Sarah loves Xavier.
Love you, baby.
X, Dan, Chris, good team effort, boys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love the support. Love the support. Thank y'all.
I'm tired.
Yeah, my back is hot, boy.
Yeah. Yep, in a long one.
Glad I wore shorts this time.
A rough one. It was rough.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah, me
rough.
too.
I gotta be cute.
Oh,
It's okay.
I want you guys next time you guys are at the actual at the clubhouse, and if you see my Supra, I want you guys to try my rig. I want you guys to see how fucking painful it is with the motion.
Oh, he joined us.
All right.
Yeah. You guys are welcome to come try it out. If you guys ever see my Supra out
Chat
front, just
says-
knock.
All right.
Hey guys,
I
you
will
got some
come in
chatter
now.
from chat. Chat says you killed it, Chris. Now you can go sleep.
Oh yeah, I'm getting sick.
Crafty Terry says good job, Benjamin.
Benjamin, you and Dominic put a little team move earlier in that 4-man battle. That was slick. I liked that. And did it at the pace too. That was good.
Benjamin, are you with us?
Yeah, we had a few good. Yeah, we had some good
Oh, okay.
moves. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry, EJ. Lap 57. I just couldn't brake hard enough.
So, what are the standings now?
I think they gotta
Standings
map
will
it
be
out.
Updated by race control, and we'll notify you guys when all of that is sorted. But congrats to all you guys. That was a very solid race, very long one. Make sure you guys get some rest, and yeah, good job out there today. I was surprised. I was thinking a lot of you guys would be disqualified, but
Yeah.
you guys proved me wrong, and it was very, very
How
good
many?
to watch.
How many had disqualifications on their
tough.
teams?
Might have only had 3
Uh,
disqualifications
we had
in
one.
that race.
We did
We
not.
have two.
My team got disqualified, unfortunately.
One at Motohouse.
3 total. 1, 2. Looks like 3 total. Daniel, Dylan, and Jake.
Shout out to Zane. He's like the blue flag king.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get out of the way though. I appreciate it, man. If you were
Yeah,
here
you
last
were-
time.
You were
Good.
very
Christian was fine,
predictable. Very predictable whenever we were passing you. So much appreciated. That's huge.
I
Hell
know
yeah.
how mad I get when blue flags don't respect it, so I'll get out of the way as soon as I can.
Respect.
Yeah, all good.
I'm sorry for whoever I blocked on that.
Yeah, when is the next race? Do you guys know?
Laguna, right?
Yep, it is
Is it-
Laguna, May 13th.
What's the date?
13th.
May 13th?
It's
Oh,
next
I'll be
weekend?
here. May 13th.
May.
Okay.
I'll be here.
Oh, May.
If I can.
Not
Gotcha.
April.
I got really bad news for you guys. Laguna is like one of my strongest tracks.
It's a real track.
Wish we were going that first.
Yeah, it's track without walls.
Teach us
Yeah.
your ways.
It's a real track that isn't going to be 1,000,000 degrees, hopefully, and
Yeah.
possibly drivable.
Hell
Hopefully.
Alright, this track was hot.
Very.
Yep. I'm just waiting for see who's the person who gets launched off of the corkscrew. Someone's gonna
For
do
sure.
it.
Yeah.
Volunteers
Walking
tribute.
up.
Someone, I think multiple people.
Yeah, true.
You'll literally just be
Zero.
All
Oh.
right, we have a fan of Dylan's that said you did very good, Dylan, and congrats, Christian.
Awesome, thank you.
Chat, if you're still
Thanks,
out
buddy.
there, if you have any other questions for your drivers, now's your chance to ask before we let them go rest and get out of their rigs, stretch their legs.
My hamstrings are sweaty.
Dude,
Cool
swamp,
down there,
ass, cheese
I'm about to go
balls.
back on and race a little bit more.
Oh, hell no, brother. Who the
Oh,
hell
you-
said that?
No, sir. No, sir.
You didn't try
I need to try
I'm gonna
harder.
go
I need to
sleep.
try harder, all right?
Damn.
I could go for some more.
What? Dude, my foot was like numb as
Hey.
shit.
Well, you're not close enough then.
That's because you were doing a sprint. We were all chilling.
Yeah, we were all chilling back.
I think I didn't do a single push lap. I was just like vibing, trying to
I-
not
Vibing,
die.
yeah.
I tried to push towards the end, and that's what got me disqualified.
Ah, shit. That's the worst.
Good
I
stuff,
did
guys.
it.
I'm hopping off.
Yep.
Good
Yeah,
stuff,
man.
guys.
It's about that
Good
time.
job.
guys.
Good job,
Thank you all for
everybody.
everything.
Good racing, y'all.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next month.
See you
Yep,
next
see ya.
month.
Yeah.
Y'all take it easy.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. What a race.
Yes.
That was an incredible one to commentate, an incredible one to watch. And again, we can't say it enough. Thank you, chat, for participating. That was an awesome race to watch. And here are your race results on the screen here. Very nice stuff.
Yeah, we have your winner, Christian Martinez. Right behind our new driver, Shea Devereux. Brian Sabelski in third, Xavier Williams fourth, Benjamin Bechtel in fifth, EJ Luna in sixth, Dayton Harrison in seventh, Dominic Wilder in eighth. And then we had 2 AI cars, then Zach Grigsby in 11th, and then Zane May in 18th. And we did have those disqualifications.
Yes, we did.
Which, as a reminder, means they do not get paid for this race.
No points.
And they do not get points for their teams.
Yeah, but I feel like having that rule to have 60 incident points being a disqualification, which was a new rule coming into this race, was a good one. It kept all the drivers on their toes, kept the racing clean.
Very
and
clean.
As you could hear in that roundtable, a lot of the drivers were just trying to survive, not really pushing, and came home with very decent results. So,
Right.
yeah, very excited to see the points total after this race,
Yeah.
see where they all ended up. But overall, very good stuff. It is now 10 p.m. locally where we are, so I think we will be signing off the stream
will.
here. All the drivers are going to go rest.
Come join us May 13th for Laguna Beach. We're excited to see you. Laguna Seca.
Laguna
Sorry.
Seca. It's been a long night.
It
It's
has
all
been
right.
a long night. We've been talking for 3 hours.
Absolutely.
Sorry. So have a good night.
Yes.
Thanks for being with us. Watch us on all the socials. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to Andrew for getting us all set up again this month. And
Yes, thank you to Marissa, my co-commentator. I would not be able to know anything about these teams without her. Brings a lot to the table, and yeah, that was fun.
yeah, it was definitely fun. And thank you, John. I don't know all of the ins and outs of iRacing. I'm getting there, but I definitely am not in the sim or any of that as as often as any of these guys.
Oh yeah.
So thank you, chat, for being
Awesome.
with us.
Bye,
And
guys.
have a
Have a
good
nice
night.
night.
We'll see you next time.